For OEMs, it's such a challenge now with the way, the economics and the labor force, having all the expertise that you need to really get a project across the finish line is crazy stressful. And I think that there are some, humongous benefits to doing some selective collaboration, especially on the engineering side. I mean, you run into that with a lot of the project you work on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's I'm trying to think how many customers we've had that come to us with a problem. All right, we're able to get them a solution, and 6 months, a year later, we're doing the same thing, right? I mean, there's a when a company is able to provide a service like we do, and at high quality.
Well,
But
it's
yeah,
the experience, right? It's the
yeah,
experience of working with someone where they say, "Wow, I've got." It's like their engineers were insourced onto our team. They got the problem solved. Now it's where's the next project?
yeah, and that experience was good enough that, hey, let's do it again. That went well. That we got what we wanted from TLX, and their expertise was obviously very visible to them and the end product for their customers.
Yeah, and I think that when we go back and forth on, not just the discussions of saying, "Hey, here are the technical requirements, here are some considerations," talking about what their goals are for how they're going to go to market and things that they want their customers to experience when they make that purchase. That rolls back to things behind the scenes, like whether it's CFD or mag modeling or just the testing that's done. I think, that collaboration has ranges, right, with engineering of different things that can be discussed and different data that can be shared.
Yeah, I mean, we typically, when we get a spec, we do that first iteration. We're sharing a lot of that data and a lot of that information with the engineers to get their comfort level, to a point where they're interested in buying that first round of prototypes. Let's get it on, let's get it on our product so we can test it.
But you bring up a good point with that sharing of data, that transparency on all the engineering and development work that's done necessarily at TLX, but that's shared back to the customer where it blurs the line between where the client ends and where TLX might start. And I think from that perspective, it also reminded me of stuff that we do commercially on the collaborative side, right? We've had multiple instances of projects you and I have worked on where the technology is so valuable and the customer, they end up being just highly educated on what the barriers that were broken and the value that it adds, where they want to stamp their logo on it and just talk to the market saying, hey, this system is what we developed and here are all the valuable points and this is what it's going to give the customer after they make the purchase.
Yeah, and we're okay with them putting their logo
Yeah,
on it, right?
I don't need a spotlight shined on us, right? We do all we have to do is
we'll be
help the
behind the
customer.
scenes. That's fine
That's where I want to be the man behind the curtain.
for sure.
Cool.